in Sports YouTube, I'm pretty sure. You know, I don't really know if I am or not. See all. Come on. Library, yes, there it is. What is this? Hobbs. Angel Jimenez. Angel Jimenez. 14, okay. So let's get the battery in here. Chavarria Chavez. Garcia, Zambrano. Oil and Fuentes. We got Jimenez. Oh, okay. Angel. Jimenez. Mariah. And who's in right? Ralston or Silva?
Just put a wall on the backside of the warning tracks.
Oh, Ralston isn't. Okay. Alright. Okay. Am I
It's
on?
now called Dyken Park.
Yeah, I know where it is,
There's
Huey.
not a lot like the left field. There's maybe
Oh, Hobbs Sports
where
YouTube.
two home
Okay.
runs went to, maybe 6 rows of seats. Oh yeah. And about 15 wide. And then there's really nothing until you get over to the right field, and there's maybe a little bit more, but not like you see at Dodger Stadium or Yankee Stadium, where they just got seats all the way around.
Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. That's right.
Sorry, I'm trying to get staff too. Yeah, yeah, no problem. Yeah. I'm not ignoring you.
All right, now other way.
Hobbs has, not really. Yeah, I just.
Okay, let's see. Head coach who? Katrina Marcus. Okay. Katrina. Okay. 113 is Cambry Collins.
Cambry, yes.
Cambry. Okay, thank you. Caden Apodaca, Kinsley Rodriguez, Jenna Whitmire, Tessa Yates, Brooklyn Fuentes, Jade Hammond, and Janae Medina. Molina. Okay, Janae Molina, and Ariana Montoya. Okay, Michaela Lujan, Araceli Aguilar, Janessa Rodriguez, and Charisma Molina. Thank you. Perfect. 24, okay, not bad. Okay, now about that. Oh, no. That was 3. Yeah, that was right. 7. Kinsley Rodriguez. 7 Kinsley.
Yeah. I saw all the cars and the place was blocked up, so I figured.
14, Jenna Whitmire. 6 is 12, Tessa Yates.
What happened to Michaela?
She tore her ACL.
So she's out for the season. Yes. How are y'all?
Good. How are you?
Jeffrey just asked me to take all the equipment.
What position did she play? The one who got hurt?
Second.
Second base. Okay.
She was a good fielder.
Uh,
I'm just down here so I don't feel remind me. So I'll just walk off.
7 and 7? No. Yeah, 5 and 7. Okay.
Mainly
8,
she plays
4, Jade Hammond. Okay. Good to know. Thank you. Janae Molina. Are the Molina, are they sisters or twins? Molina, Janae, and Charisma?
I think they're cousins.
You think they're cousins? Okay. That's good to know.
You've got a man up ready to go.
Yes.
To Ariana Montoya.
I told myself I was going to bring my binoculars. Looks like Artesia's up 3-0 in the bottom of the first, though.
Okay, so 9, Michaela Lujan. She's injured.
But when you're ready beforehand, it's always a good day. I know. It's like, gosh, gotta get it all.
11, Araceli Aguilar.
I want to get things written up and stuff, and they don't bring the lineup up until like 5 minutes before game. Yeah, because then you're scrambling.
Janessa Rodriguez. I hate scrambling.
The bad thing is sometimes I can't even read my own writing.
Ah. Alright. And now the Lady Eagle softball from Artesia on Hobbs Sports.
Sometimes I wish they'd tell the umpires they need to come out 10 minutes early, because if we introduce and do all, run an amp, and then we can start already at 10.
Welcome in to Lady Eagles softball from Artesia on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan. Thank you very much for watching and listening today on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And we are getting ready to get this one underway. Hobbs, a 5A team, coming in at 7-5 on the season under head coach Anthony Boyle. They're coming in off of a loss to Carlsbad, but man, was it ever a good game. Final score in that was 11-10 in 8 innings. So an extra inning loss to Carlsbad, which means our district battles are going to be that much more, looking forward to them, going to be tough. And Hobbs is ranked 9th overall and 7th in 5A for softball in New Mexico. Now, for Artesia, under head coach Sandra Pulido, they are 8-6 on the season. They are ranked 19th overall in New Mexico, 3rd in 4A. And they're coming in off of a loss to Carlsbad as well. Theirs was a doubleheader. They lost 10-1 and 7-2. So let's go ahead and give you the lineups and introduce the players for your Lady Eagles. Number 1, batting in the first slot is number 17, Katrine Marquez, who is pitching. Batting second is number 13, Cambry Collins, designated player. Batting third is number 24, Caden Apodaca at first. Batting fourth is number 7, Kinsley Rodriguez at third base. Batting fifth is number 14, Jenna Whitmire at shortstop. Batting sixth is number 12, Tessa Yates in right field. Batting number 7 is batting in seventh. That is number 5, Brooklyn Fuentes. This, of course, is the Artesia lineup that I'm giving you. Batting 7th, Brooklyn Fuentes in left field. Batting 8th is number 4, Jade Hammond catching. Batting 9th is number 10, Janae Molina in center field. And then number 2, Ariana Montoya is your flex player, and she is playing second base. Your bench for Artesia, number 11, Araceli Aguilar. Number 21, Janessa Rodriguez. Number 23 is Charisma Molina rather. And number 9 is Michaela Lujan, but she is injured. I'm told that she had a torn meniscus and is out for the rest of the season. So it's a short bench for both teams today with just 3 on each bench. For your Hobbs Lady Eagles, under head coach Anthony Boyle, batting first is number 4, Abby Zambrano. Batting second is number 5, Jackie Fuentes. Zambrano is playing second base. Fuentes is playing third. Batting third is number 13, Kaya Boyle at shortstop. Batting fourth is number 1, Edith Chavez, who is catching. Batting fifth is number 9, Allison Garcia at first base. Batting sixth is number 3, Mariah Jimenez in center field. Batting seventh is number 8, Angel Jimenez in left field. Batting eighth is number 14, Marina Valenzuela, your designated player. Batting ninth is number 10, Natalie Silva, who's in right field. And number 12, Amaya Chavarria is your flex player, and she's pitching. Your bench for Hobbs or your reserved players are number 7, Anaya Rodriguez. Number 15, Addison Ralston. Number 2, Mariah Zambrano. So we will take a break and listen to some of our great sponsors while everyone rises for the national anthem. Back with more Hobbs Eagle softball, Lady Eagle softball, coming up on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Forest Tire, mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944. Forest Tire, mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80. Forest Tire, mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Forest Tire, mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944. Forest Tire, mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But Forest Tire, mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
And welcome back, and we apologize. It seems that on my tablet, the only commercial that is loaded under the Hobbs playlist is Forest Tire. We know we have many more sponsors than that, and I'll try to get that list sent to me so I can at least provide you with the list of sponsors, and then hopefully get this fixed for our next time. So thank you very much for being patient, and thank you very much for watching and listening to Lady Eagles Softball here on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. From Artesia, it's just one game this afternoon, 5A Hobbs against 4A Artesia, but Artesia is always solid and always competitive. So looking forward to the game today. Hobbs is looking to get sharp as they start district on Tuesday at Roswell. So it will be district, I believe, doubleheader on Tuesday night. This is their final game, and to get things started for the Hobbs Lady Eagles, Abby Zambrano. And the first pitch comes in. It's going to be called strike one. So 0-1 count. Top of the first inning here, beginning of the game. Marquez is in the circle, and Hammond behind the plate, and that is going to miss just outside. 1-1. Although a pretty nice pitch from Marquez, it broke just a little too much and ended up outside. The catcher kind of tried to frame it up a little bit, but the ump didn't buy it. This is going to hit the call. Yeah, I was waiting because it looked good to me. It looked like it was going to hit the inside corner, and a good pitch, 1-2. So now Zambrano has seen 3 pitches. This is going to float in and miss. It was a little changeup, as Marquez took a little speed off of that, and with 2 strikes on her, looking to see if Zambrano would chase. She did not, so 2-2 is the count. A swing and a miss, and the ball dropped but thrown down to first, so it is a strikeout and out number 1. First strikeout for Marquez, but Zambrano went down swinging. Brings up number 5, Jackie Fuentes, the third baseman, to the plate. So 1 out, nobody on. 1 strikeout recorded for Marquez. Apodaca is at first, Montoya at second, Whitmire at short, and Rodriguez is at third. First pitch is going to be a strike, a call strike on Fuentes. So 1 out, an 0-1 count. And a high fly ball headed out to right field. It's going to drop in for a hit right between right and center. In fact, it is Molina who picks it up and throws that in. So it'll be a nice single, and Hobbs has something going here as Fuentes is on first base. Brings up Kaya Boyle, the shortstop, to the plate. Chavez is going to be on deck, and Garcia in the hole. So 1 out, 1 on. Hobbs looking to move the runner around and try to get on the board here early in this first at-bat. Try to get up on Artesia. First ball floats in a little high for ball number 1. 1-0 the count. And Hammond looking to get moved around. A line drive right over the shortstop's head. Whitmire reaches for it, but it's a solidly hit ball, and it's going to be a single for Kaya Boyle, and she takes first base. And Fuentes moves over to second. So runners on first and second now. 2 hits, back-to-back singles for Hobbs. 1 out, and that brings up the cleanup hitter, Chavez, the catcher, to the plate. She is batting an even .500 on the season. And that's the reason why she's the cleanup hitter. A swing and a high fly ball. It's a Texas leaguer. It's going to drop in right there and be bobbled just a little. Molina coming over from center field to grab it. And then the slide at third. Nope, they got her. So Fuentes Yeah, Boyle was out at third, but Fuentes came around, so that scored one, and Hobbs is on the board. Is that right? Yes, it is. So Fuentes crossed the plate. Boyle, trying to get to third, was thrown out. So that throw, I believe, was also from center field 8-5 in the books for the second out. And Edith Chavez reached on the fielder's choice. So Chavez, sitting over in second, she reached on the fielder's choice and then went to second on the throw over to third. So a runner in scoring position, but 2 outs now. And that brings up Allison Garcia, first baseman. Right-handed batter swings at the first pitch she sees. It was low and inside for strike one. Garcia anxious, of course, with an opportunity for Hobbs to get another run on the board. Wants to keep the line going for the Lady Eagles. Beautiful pitch, a little high, though. Whoa, no, he's going to call that. It was right at the letters and right over the inside corner. So call strike. 1-1 the count, and that is going to be just a little low and outside. I think it was just a teeny went outside, but it was a little bit low. Broke a little too much. So 2-1 is the count. 2 outs, a runner on second. Oh, that's a beautiful pitch right there. Oh, a call. Strike 3. And Garcia goes down looking. So Hobbs is able to put 1 run across, though, and they do that on 2 hits. There were no errors, 1 left on base. So we go to the bottom of the first inning, 1-0. Hobbs is leading, and Artesia coming up to the plate. More Lady Eagle softball coming up on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Alma's Restaurant, Artesia General Hospital.
And welcome back to Lady Eagles softball from Artesia on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Bottom of the first inning, as in the top of the first, Hobbs scored 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on base, and that brings us to the Artesia Lady Bulldogs' first chance at the bat, and Hobbs leading 1-0. It will be Marquez, Collins, and Apodaco. 1, 2, and 3, top of the order. For Hobbs in the circle, Chavarria pitching, Chavez catching at first, Garcia, Zambrano in second, Boyle at short, Fuentes at third, Angel Jimenez in left, Mariah Jimenez in center, and Silva in right. First pitch is in, and it's going to be low for ball number 1. A medium speed pitch right across the center of the plate, but just a little bit low. So 1-0 is the count. Swing and a foul back to the screen for strike 1. So the count is even, 1-1. And everybody, Hobbs is playing pretty traditionally in place. About the outfielders playing dead away and in left, center, and right, and a little more than halfway back, but not too close to the fences. And Chavarria took a little speed off of that, but it hung up in her hand just a little bit, so a little bit high. 2-1 the count. Collins on deck, Apodaca in the hole. Hobbs has the 1-run lead, and they'd like to keep that. A nice long hit is going to hit the fence in left field, bounce off. Angel Jimenez out there chases it down and throws it in, and she'll throw it in. Boyle, nope, it was actually Zambrano covering second base who picks it up, and it's going to be a stand-up double for Katrine Marquez to get things started for Artesia. So no outs, a runner on second, and Cambry Collins, designated player at the plate. That's going to miss inside, as Collins is a left-handed batter. So 1-0 the count. Now Apodaca on deck and Rodriguez in the hole. In the hole, that is. That's going to miss outside for ball 2. So 2-0. as Hobbs coming in, just trying to get sharp. This is their final game before they start district on Tuesday night at Roswell. We'll be there with that doubleheader. That is going to miss outside as well. So Chavaria just kind of nibbling all around the outside of the first couple of batters. She takes a little while to really settle in and find the zone, though, in the couple of games that I've called as she's been in the circle. But she's one that can go the distance. Once she's really warmed up and looking great, she really can go for a long time. So 4 straight balls. And that's going to walk Collins. And now Apodaca, the first baseman, up to the plate. Rodriguez on deck and Whitmire in the hole. No outs. Runners at first and second. Hobbs has got some work to do here. And it really starts. I think Chavaria's just got to go ahead and find the zone and throw strikes. I know Artesia is a team of hitters, but you got at some point you got to hit the zone and trust your infielders and outfielders behind you. And she does. Beautiful pitch on the inside corner. Call strike one, a throw to first, and then a throw from first to third, trying to catch both runners off base, and nope. And they did not manage to get Marcus. She slid in under the tag, and now runners at first and third. So Lady Bulldogs on the corners. And a high fly ball could be out of the park. It could be over, and it is. It's a 2-run home run, 2-run homer for Caden Apodaca. 3-run, actually. 3 runs will score. 3-run home run straight away. Really a line drive shot. Beautiful. And just over the left fielder's head and right over the fence. So just like that, Artesia has caught up and gone ahead 3-1 as Marcus scores, Collins scores, Apodaca, of course, crossing the plate. The 3-run home run for her. She gets an RBI for herself as well in that one. And now bases are cleaned off and no outs. Kinsley Rodriguez is at the plate, and the ball comes in over the plate, but a little low. A lot of speed on that, as Chavaria just needs to bring that up a bit. Ball 1-0. It's tough. It's always tough to face the batter right after you give up a home run. There's a chopper headed to third base. It's a ground ball with eyes. It gets between the short and the third baseman out in left field. Angel Jimenez does a nice job knocking it down and throwing it in, and keeps Rodriguez to a single. So a single puts Rodriguez on. No error. It went between third base and shortstop. Just a chopper that made its way through. And that's going to cross the plate but be just a little bit low for ball number 1 on Whitmire, your shortstop for Artesia. Your 5th batter up. No outs. Lady Eagles need to work on get the outs. And a high fly ball headed out to center field. Going back to get it is Mariah Jimenez, and she makes a great catch. Had to follow that and kind of play that ball off of a little bit of breeze out there. Caught it over her shoulder. Made a nice catch, and more importantly, she was able to turn around and throw that in and keep Whitmire, or actually keep Rodriguez on first, keep her from tagging up and moving to second. So Rodriguez still on first. Whitmire with the long fly out to center field, position 8 for out number 1. And number 12, Tessa Yates, the right fielder, to the plate. That's going to miss low and inside. So 2-0 the count on Yates now, as Chavez worrying about Rodriguez over there on first, thinking about throwing down, does not. Chavaria with a good pitch over the inside corner, a call strike, yes, looking good. 2-1 count now on Yates with 1 out. 3 runs have crossed so far for Artesia. 3-1 is your score. Hobbs wanting to get a couple more outs efficiently and not stop the bleeding right now. That's a 3-1 count now. Fuentes is on deck and Hammond in the hole. If they get that far, Hobbs would like for it to not get that far. And that is going to miss inside. And, yep, that's going to be ball number 4. The second walk that Chavarria has issued.
Fielder number 5, Brooklyn Fuentes.
And that puts runners at first and second now. That is Rodriguez out there on second, and Yates is on first. Number 5, Brooklyn Fuentes, the left fielder, up to the plate. First plate appearance. 1 out, runners on first and second now. Nice pitch, however, it was a little low. So over the plate, some good speed on it, but a 1-0 count.
When you see that, you want your hitters to be patient.
2 walks issued so far, no strikeouts for Chavarria. And a little weakly hit ball, third base, picks it up. Fuentes tries to fire it. She kind of bobbled it, picking it up. And I don't know, so much speed on Fuentes. She may have beaten it out even if had it been fielded perfectly and thrown perfectly. So that is going to load the bases up as Rodriguez is on third. Yates moved to second, and Fuentes with the infield hit. Hammond at the plate. Hammond a catcher. Catchers usually have very good eyes. It's their job to watch the ball constantly as a catcher, and that usually gives them a little better perspective, and they're usually good sticks and good bats. So an 0-1 count, and that is going to miss low. No, call strike. So at the knees, whoa, call strike 3. Nice work there as Chavarria maybe finally finding consistency in finding the zone consistently. So a strikeout, call strike. Hammond went down looking. And number 10, Janae Molina, the center fielder, up to the plate. And kind of a half swing, but she did break the plane, so it will count. So 2 outs, an 0-1 count on Molina. She's the bottom of the order, as we'll go back to the top if we get that far. Hobbs would like to get this third out right here, and a swing and a miss. So an 0-2 count now. This would be an excellent batter to get. Hobbs does not want to turn the lineup back over with bases loaded. And call, strike on the inside corner. Yes, beautiful. And a strikeout, back-to-back strikeouts as Chavarria pitches herself out of a little bit of trouble there. 2 strikeouts. Both went down looking, but Artesia does get 3 runs across, and they do that on 4 hits, and no errors, and 3 left on base. So 3-1 is your score as we go back up to the top of the inning. Hobbs Lady Eagles coming up to bat in the top of the second. We'll be back with more Hobbs Lady Eagles softball from Artesia on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagles softball. Top of the second inning, it's number 6, 7, and 8 due up for Hobbs as Jimenez and Valenzuela. Sounds like a law firm. And the first pitch comes in and hits her. So Mariah Jimenez takes first base on a hit by pitch, the first of this game. And that brings up Angel Jimenez, the left fielder, to the plate. Now Marina Valenzuela on deck and Silva, the right fielder, in the hole. And Angel Jimenez coming up, another right-handed batter. That is going to miss just a little bit outside as Marcus brings the heat, and the ball breaks just a little too much. That also misses just a little bit outside. It was a change of speed pitch there. So 2-0 the count with no outs, a runner on first. Hobbs trailing by 2. They need, and that's a throw down to second, but sliding in easily is Mariah Jimenez with a stolen base, putting her in scoring position on second. And that was a strike that came in across the plate. Call strike. And that is going to be miss low, so 3-1 is the count now. But Hobbs with a chance to score, a runner out on second base, and they need some runs to get caught up to Artesia, who put 3 runs across on a 3-run home run. And that ball gets hung up in the catcher's glove, and Mariah Jimenez is going to make it down to third base on that pass ball. So a stolen base and a pass ball as Jimenez draws the walk. So Lady Eagles on the corners right now. And that brings up number 14, Marina Valenzuela. Marina, a designated player, and swings and misses on a good pitch, actually. Martinez hitting the outside corner on that. I think it probably would have been a call strike, but her bat just a little bit too short for that. So 0-1 count. No outs. Runners on first and third. Hobbs, the potential go-ahead run is at the plate right now. And Hobbs would like for that to happen. Marquez in the circle, Hammond behind the plate for Artesia. Beautiful pitch, but unfortunately, Valenzuela cutting it a little bit under that pitch and a little bit behind it as well. So Marquez doing a nice job of varying her speeds in the circle today, trying to keep the Hobbs batters a little off of their heels, and that one is going to be fouled back to the screen for another strike as Valenzuela again cutting, she hit the ball just underneath that ball just a little bit, got more of a piece of it, spun it back to the screen. That is going to miss on the inside, and it will send Jimenez. Jimenez will go to second on defensive indifference, really. I don't think there would have been a throw even had the catcher been able to cleanly grab that ball. So Valenzuela at the plate, watches a high outside one sail past, and that is going to bring a full count to Valenzuela. I believe this may be the first full count of the game. I think it is. Looking back at my book, that was a high fly ball going over to Whitmire at shortstop. A little bloop infield, little fly, little kind of an excuse me. She just didn't catch all of that ball. Did make contact, trying very much to bring Hobbs around and in, but instead pops up to position 6 in the books. And the first pitch is going to be outside for ball 1. Number 10, Natalie Silva, the right fielder for Hobbs at the plate, a left-handed batter, with runners at second and third for Hobbs. And a 1-0 count. A swing and a foul back to the screen for strike 1. So the count's even now with 1 out, 1-1 count. Runners at second and third. Hobbs trailing by 2, needing to get a couple of runs here and more if they can. Early on in this game for quite a bit of hitting, contact with the ball that misses. As you could see, the mechanics of that pitch kind of break down a little bit on Chavarria. Looked like it might have either hit her hip or just kind of left her hand funny. And misses outside for ball number 2. A swing and a miss, as that was a nice pitch by Marquez. 2-2 the count now. After Valenzuela, or after Silva it's going to be the top of the order, Zambrano Fuentes Boyle. A swing and a foul back to the screen. So Silva, protecting the plate with 2 strikes on her, is able to fight that one off and stay alive at the plate. 2-2 the count. And that's outside for ball 3. So second full count of the ball game here. There have been walks, but just not a lot of full counts. As Marquez has struck out 2 and walked 1 so far in her performance in the circle in this game. And she picks up that one, kind of golfs it, sends it out of play off to the left. So count stays full. It's a pretty good battle between Marquez in the circle and Silva at the plate right now. A lot of pitches to this batter. We'll see what this one brings. Oh, and it looks like a call strike. Yes, I hated to say it, but it looked like a good pitch to me. And Silva goes down looking for strikeout number 3 and out number 2 in this inning, or in this at bat. Top of the order, number 4, Abby Zambrano, your second baseman to the plate. She struck out her first time at the bat. This is her second plate appearance. She's 0 for 1 and looking to not only get on base, but to bring some Lady Eagles in, as the Lady Eagles have a golden opportunity here to move some runners in if they can. And that's a beautiful pitch. It's going to miss just a little bit, I guess, just a little outside and high. 2 outs, 2-0 count, runners on second and third here in the top of the second inning, as that's going to miss high, as it looked like Marquez was just throwing a little bit of a changeup, kind of got stuck in her hand a bit. 3-0. You got to think that Zambrano is going to take this pitch with 3-0 and 2 outs to play the percentages here, but we'll see if she's got the green light. She does, and it's going to be a grounder right over to Montoya, who scoops it up and tosses to Apodaca for out number 3. So Hobbs threatens but comes up short as they put no runs across. They do that, no runs on no hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We go to the bottom of the second inning. 3-1 is your score. Artesia leading, and the Lady Bulldogs coming up to the plate. More Lady Eagles softball coming up on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagles Softball from Artesia on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan. Thank you for watching and listening. In the top of the second inning, Hobbs scored no runs on no hits, no errors, 2 left on base. They could not make any runs out of a couple of gifts, that being a hit by pitch and a walk, putting ladies on base. But then Hobbs could not get the hitting to move them around and in, so they still trailed by 2 into the bottom of the second inning. Your score 3-1. Artesia coming up to the plate with that 2-run lead. And it brings up the top of the order, Katrina Marquez. First pitch is in. It's a ball high and away for ball number 1. Collins on deck, Apodaca in the hole for the Lady Bulldogs. Beautiful pitch right down the pike and a call strike. Yeah, a medium speed, not a lot of speed on that, but good targeting. And Marquez knew it. She looked at it and thought, oh boy, that was a very hittable ball. 1-1 the count, and there she does pick that one up high. Fly ball headed out to left field. Angel Jimenez comes under it, makes the grab, and out number 1. So a fly out to position number 7 for out number 1.
That'll bring up Cambry Collins. Cambry walked in the first
Up next to the plate, number 13, Cambry Collins, designated player. She walked and scored her last time up, her only other plate appearance,
call strike one on the outside corner.
which is a plate appearance, but it does not count. Since it was a walk, she's 0 for 0. First pitch, a strike, and she hits that and gets the just off the end of her bat off to the screen. So strike number 2.
Down 0-2 in the count. On deck is Katie Apodaca and Kenzie Rodriguez.
Left-handed batter. Collins settles back into the box, and that's going to miss low and outside. A 1-2 count. Of course, Chavarria ahead in the count with 2 strikes gave her something on the outside corner to maybe chase and in plate protection mode, but she had a good eye and let it go. Now a ground ball headed to Zambrano. She scoops it up, makes the throw over to Garcia. 4-3 in the books for out number 2.
Number 24, Kaden Apodaca.
Number 24, Caden Apodaca, your first baseman for Artesia, coming up to the plate. She's the one who hit the 3-run home run, her first time up to the plate, her only plate appearance, and that ball comes in a little high, just above the letters. Apodaca kind of flinched a bit, but did not offer at it. So 1-0 count, 2 outs, nobody on. Hobbs would like to get 3 up, 3 down. Beautiful pitch right down the pike, a call strike as Apodaca looks at it, does not offer. The count even at 1-1. Rodriguez on deck, Whitmire in the hole. Hobbs would like to get this 3rd out right here. Swing and a line drive shot will be a hit. It'll fall in between right and center fields and go to the fence, hit that. Playing it off of the fence, though, was Silva, who made a nice throw in and is going to keep Apodaca at first base. But a solid single out to deep outfield is going to give Artesia a base runner with Rodriguez at the plate. She hit a single and got stranded her last time up. First pitch comes in a little low for ball 1. 2 outs, though, as Hobbs can just concentrate on getting the 3rd out without giving up a run. That's what they want to do here. Another line drive shot over Boyle's head out into left field. Angel Jimenez picks that up and throws it in, and that's going to be a single for Rodriguez. That also moves Apodaca to second, and now 2 outs, runners at first and second. Number 14, Jenna Whitmire, shortstop, up to the plate. Whitmire hit a long fly ball out to center field for her first time at the plate. This is her second plate appearance, and a ball right over the plate, but too low. So 1-0 count, 2 outs, runners at first and second for Artesia. Whitmire at the plate, Yates on deck, Fuentes in the hole. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks for Chavarria. There's a hard ground ball and tossed over as Boyle knocks it down and tosses it over to Zambrano. 6-4 in the books for the 3rd out. And Artesia threatens but comes up empty. So we will go to the bottom of the 2nd inning, and the Lady Eagles trailing by 2. 3-1 is your score. They'll be coming up to the plate, though, with more Lady Eagle softball from Artesia coming up on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Lady Eagles Softball from Artesia on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. A big thank you to all of our sponsors. And I'm sorry, my computer pad only has 1 spot loaded and 1 commercial loaded. So we're I'm going to come up with a list and acknowledge our sponsors coming up. In the top of the 3rd inning is coming up. In the bottom of the 2nd, Artesia threatened but scored no runs on 2 hits. There were no errors, 2 left on base. And that is going to bring up the top of the order for the Lady Eagles. It is 2, 3, and 4 due up with Fuentes, Boyle, Chavez. And Jackie Fuentes with a single and scored Hobbs 1 run. She crossed the plate her last time up. First pitch is going to be high for ball 1 on Fuentes. So top of the third inning, no outs, nobody on, 1-0 count with Kaya Boyle on deck and Edith Chavez in the hole. Fuentes getting that solid hit her first time up. That is going to be high, float a little bit high and outside. An off-speed pitch by Marquez missed the mark, and Fuentes did not chase. Oh, and she comes back with a, yep, and it is a strike, call strike, right at the letters, as Marquez put a little more heat in that pitch. Your count 2-1 on Fuentes. A swing and a miss. So that's going to even up the count 2-2. Fuentes just a little anxious and just a bit ahead of that pitch. Slightly off-speed pitch, and comes back with one right over the plate, but low. So that will bring the count full. So Fuentes looking to get something started for Hobbs. They trail by 2 runs here in the top of the third. Beautiful pitch, a nice hot grounder, but Whitmire picks it up, fires to first to Apodaco for out number 1. A solid hit ball, but a grounder that went right to Whitmire, who fielded that well. So Fuentes out with a 6-3 in the books, and that brings up Kaya Boyle, the shortstop. She hit a single and then got thrown out her first time up. So this is her second plate appearance, looking to get something started here. Hobbs with 1 out. Couple more outs to work with. What they want to do is get some Hobbs. Ooh, that comes in, little chin music there as it backs up Boyle up just a little bit inside and high. Boyle 1-0 count now. Boyle used to be the leadoff batter for several years for Hobbs, and Coach Anthony Boyle, her brother, actually adjusting the batting lineup this season. Just I think really because of the difference in the girls. Hobbs lost several players graduating at the end of last season, and that changed some of the infield and some of the batting lineup as well. And that is going to just miss high and outside. I tell you, Hammond framed it up and trying to convince the ump, I think, to go for it, and he did not. So 2-1 the count now. That misses high and outside. 3-1 the count now. Chavez, the catcher, on deck. Garcia, first baseman, in the hole. Hobbs desperately needing a couple more runs here to at least tie it up and try to go ahead. They would like to have a breakout inning, and that misses. High and inside for ball 4. Boyle walks. So Hobbs is in business with a base runner, and Boyle is a pretty good base runner. We'll see what happens here. She'll be probably trying to be a little aggressive on the base paths, as Hobbs is 2 runs down. Beautiful pitch, really. Call, yep, on the outside corner. Edith Chavez gave that a look, a lean, but did not offer. So strike 1, 1 out, 1 on. Chavez at the plate. She reached on a fielder's choice her first time up, and that's going to miss outside as well. Oh, he called it on the corner. Wow. I thought that floated outside just a little bit, but I guess he said it had a little late breaking action on it. So 0-2. Protecting the plate, Chavez has got to go for it, at least spoil 1 off if it's close enough to be called, and that misses by a mile, though. So 2-2 the count now. Or 1-2, rather. 1-2 the count. Garcia on deck. Jimenez in the hole. A swing and a miss as Chavez goes down swinging. And that's the 4th strikeout for Marquez in the game. Goes down swinging, though. 2 outs now. Garcia at the plate. Hobbs needs to get that 2-out rally going here. They've got a base runner. They don't want to waste her. They need to move her around and in. And that is going to be a call strike on the outside corner. I was going to say, if he called the other one a strike, that one probably should be as well. This ump is being pretty consistent, I will say. It's as long as you're consistent and you know what to expect both as a batter and as a pitcher, then the ump is fine. So Garcia ready. Cuts at that and spoils it back to the screen. Fouls it right back. 1-2 the count now. Hobbs really needs to get a run or two across in this at bat if they can. 1-2 count though. 2 outs and a swing. And boy, she blistered one down the third base line. It goes foul though beyond the Hobbs dugout. Count remains 1-2. So protecting the plate and trying to find one that she can keep fair. Try to move her runner around and in if she can. Jimenez is on deck and Jimenez in the hole. Mariah and Angel coming up next. Garcia struck out her first time at the plate, so she wants some redemption here, and swing and a miss. So a strikeout again to end the Hobbs threat. They put one on a walk, but no runs on no hits, no errors, one left on base. We go to the bottom of the third. 3-1, Artesia leading, and we'll have more Lady Eagle softball coming up on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Lady Eagles softball from Artesia on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Bottom of the third inning, Lady Bulldogs coming out to the plate. 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup. It'll be Yates, Fuentes, Hammond. And the first pitch is Yates swings at the first pitch she sees, fouls it down the first base line, down past the Artesia dugout. So strike one. Yates walked and got stranded on second her first time up. And a high fly ball headed out to left field. Coming over for it as Angel Jimenez makes a nice catch. She had to move for it and play the wind just a little bit, but she made the grab. So a fly out and a good catch out in field puts Yates back in the dugout. So a fly to position 7, out number 1. Number 5, Brooklyn Fuentes, left fielder to the plate. She reached on an infield single that may have been an error. I did not score that as an error. I put it as an infield single. But, yeah, I think it's one of those that it could go either way. 1-1 is the count now. Or 0-1 is the count. 1 out, nobody on. Hobbs wants to get outs efficiently here, get back in the dugout and try to get things evened up. They're trailing by 2. A little ground ball headed for Zambrano. She scoops it up, fires over to Garcia for out number 2. In the books from position 4 to 3. For out number 2, that's going to bring up Jade Hammond to the plate. Jade struck out her first time up. This is her second plate appearance, and 2 outs, nobody on. Hobbs would like to get Artesia 1-2-3 here, 3 up, 3 down. First pitch comes in, and it is called on the inside corner. Call strike. So 0-1 count. Not very many pitches so far. I think they're 2, 3, 4, 5. I think maybe 5 pitches so far to batters in this at bat for Artesia. Now it's a ball and a strike. 1-1, Molina on deck, and then back up to the top of the order. Marquez in the hole. If they get that far, Hobbs would like to shut things down right here, and a call. Strike on the outside corner. Nice pitch from Chavarria. 1-2. I feel like Chavarria's really her speed is starting to pick up, and just as I am about to say her consistency was about to is picking up, is evening out, then she hits the ground with a pitch, evens things up 2-2. So 2 outs and nobody on. Hobbs trailing by 2 runs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. A swing and spoiled off and over to the screen on the left side. Coach Boyle going to come over and pick that up, throw that back. So the count remains 2-2 here as Hammond hanging tough at the plate, trying to find one she can hit. And a swing, a little golf shot again is going to go foul with Fuentes coming over to pick it up. And count remains 2-2. A little bit breezy over here in Artesia this afternoon. A little grounder bouncing over to shortstop. Boyle picks it up, fires it over to Garcia for 3rd out. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. So we're going to go to the top of the 4th inning. Hobbs coming up to bat. They trail by 2. We'll have more Lady Eagle softball from Artesia coming up on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. "12 pitches, as to my count, pitched to Artesia batters in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And Artesia goes down, 3 up, 3 down. Now Hobbs with a chance in the top of the 4th inning to come to the plate. They trail by 2. They've got some work to do. They've been able to get some hits in that 1st inning. Fuentes with a single, Boyle with a single, and since then the bats have been kind of quiet as they have drawn a couple of walks, but there have been 5 strikeouts by Marquez in the circle for Artesia. She's issued 2 walks. Hobbs just with the 2 hits. They also had a girl on base with a hit by pitch. So 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch. And Hobbs looking to do some damage with 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup. First pitch is swung at by Mariah Jimenez and fouled out of play off to the right for strike number 1. Mariah Jimenez was hit by pitch and reached, but then got stranded on 3rd base her last time up. She stole a base and got to 3rd on a pass ball. Then Hobbs couldn't get timely hitting to bring her in. And that is going to be a ball with 1-1 the count now, evening things up. A swing and a line drive shot out in front of Molina in center, and it gets past her, goes to the fence, and that's going to be a double and move to a triple. That's going to put Mariah Jimenez on 3rd base as an error in center field. It would have been a hit. It would have been a single, but the misplay on that allowed Jimenez to take 2nd and then 3rd. So a single, and then she is able to move over to 3rd on the fielding error, an error on 8. But Jimenez would have had a single and a hit anyway with that. So it is a single and brings up Angel Jimenez. Now Hobbs is in business with no outs, a runner on 3rd, and Angel Jimenez, left fielder, to the plate. First pitch is in, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Hobbs with their best opportunity now since they started trailing by 2. Your score is 3-1. Hobbs looking to catch up and go ahead in this at-bat. There's a swing and a foul back to the screen for strike 1, so count is even now, 1-1. Valenzuela is on deck. Silva in the hole for Hobbs. Jimenez walked her last time up and got stranded at 2nd base. A swing and a miss, as that was a beautiful pitch by Marquez. It was a riser. It was a fastball that rose over the plate, and Jimenez was behind that and under it for strike number 2. A runner on 3rd for Hobbs, and that's in the dirt. Now Hammond did a nice job blocking that out. Otherwise, a pass ball would probably have meant Mariah Jimenez coming home, or at least trying to come home. So 2-2 is the count. A swing and a miss. Oh, Jimenez strikes out after walking her first time up. Now a strikeout. And that is the 6th strikeout for Marquez in the circle for Artesia. 1 out. Valenzuela up to the plate. Silva on deck and top of the lineup. Zambrano in the hole. That's going to miss. No, call. Strike on the inside corner for Valenzuela. 0-1 count on her. 1 out. 0-1 count. She popped up. Valenzuela popped out to the shortstop her first time up. A strike. So 0-2 count. Hobbs needs to be pretty selective at the plate here. I know that they're anxious to hit. They're 2 runs behind, but they've got to watch the ball, be smart as batters. Flinched, but did not go around on that. Valenzuela did not offer. Let that one go, but protecting the plate means that she's going to have to try to hit anything that's close or at least spoil it off. That misses outside. And again, Hammond doing a good job of grabbing that to keep that from being a pass ball. 2-2 is the count. Valenzuela needs to hit something over the right side of the field if she can, even if it's a sacrifice. That is going to be out of play off to the right, and the count remains 2-2. As the kids all, some of the kids in uniform chasing that. I don't know if they're able to turn the balls, the foul balls, into a concession. I know sometimes they do. Oh, there's a hard grounder, and the throw is to home plate, and it is bobbled. The throw comes in, and I got to say that I don't know, an error. It could be a throwing error on one. The throwing error on Whitmire puts Jimenez across the plate. Now Hobbs with another run, and Valenzuela reaches on the fielder's choice as Whitmire chose to throw home on that one. So Valenzuela on first on the fielder's choice. Jimenez crossing the plate. Silva at the plate to try to keep the line moving for Hobbs as they only have the 1 out. Silva taking a crack at it, fouls it off out of play off to the left, and looks like some boys out there are going to chase that one. And again, don't know if they get to turn those into concession for a free Coke like we used to when I was growing up. I don't know.
1-1 pitch.
Silva with a 1-1 count on her, and that's going to miss outside for ball number 2. So 2-1 count, 1 out, a runner on first, 1 plate, 1 cross, 1 run across so far in this at bat for Hobbs. They trail by 1 now. And would like, there's a line drive shot that's going to roll out to the fence between center and left, and rounding third, they're going to hold her up at third. But Silva's got a stand-up double and moves Valenzuela around to third base. So runners at second and third now, still the 1 out. And this is a great chance for the Lady Eagles again to keep the line moving and try to put more runs across home plate if they can. Artesia is going to huddle and take a little time out, talk about things, and try to just cool things down for Hobbs, cool the momentum, and make sure that they're all on the same page. They want to regroup, refocus. Hobbs wants to just keep blasting the ball and keep putting runs across the plate. They trail only by 1 here. That's going to hit the outside corner for call, strike 1 on Zambrano. We're back to the top of the order. So an 0-1 count on Zambrano. 1 out, runners at second and third. Is that going to be a little too outside? 1-1. So Zambrano up, Fuentes on deck, Boyle in the hole. Zambrano 0 for 2, struck out, grounded out. Now hits that one out of play off to the right for strike number 2. So only 1 out. Hobbs needs to keep these moving, even if Zambrano can bring a run or 2 across, even if Hobbs has an out to give here. That's going to miss. No calls. Had to wait for a while. I wondered if that was going to be it. Oh, I had him already with 2 strikes, but I guess not. Yeah, I had him down as 2 strikes on her. Yes, it is. So, yep, it is out number 2, strikeout. That's strikeout number 7 for Marquez as well. And that's going to bring up number 5, Jackie Fuentes, the third baseman, to the plate. She grounded out to the shortstop and hit a single and scored her first time up. She's 1 for 2. And that's going to be a good pitch on the outside corner. Call, strike 1. Hobbs has got to swing at those. The umpire is calling that outside corner pretty consistently. So no matter if they have 1 strike, 2 strikes, no strikes against them, they're going to have to give that outside corner a special look. That comes inside too far for ball number 1. So Marquez varying her pitches, her placement, after nailing the outside corner a couple of times, coming inside, and that is going to miss low for ball number 2. 2-1 the count. Fuentes giving it a good eye. Now Hobbs with 2 outs. They need to not waste those base runners at second and third. Ooh, that misses high. That sailed on Marquez a little bit. I think she was trying for a little bit off speed and to hit that outside corner. I think she wanted to get Fuentes to chase an outside one, but she missed it just a bit. 3-1 the count now. And that misses high as well. So Fuentes takes her base. That loads the bases. That's not such a bad thing for Artesia, as now there's a force on any base. And with 2 outs, that could limit the amount of damage that Hobbs would be able to do. So a walk loads the bases. Kaya Boyle up to the plate. She walked and got stranded her last time up. That's going to miss. Oh, it hits the inside corner. So 0-1 count on Boyle now. Going to have to be taking a look, yeah. So Boyle with an 0-1 count. Oh, a high pop, and coming under it is third baseman Rodriguez. She calls it, makes the grab and the catch. So that ends the Hobbs threat. A pop up to position 5 in the books for out number 3. And there were 1 run across for Hobbs, 1 run on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 3 left on base. Ouch, that hurts. But Hobbs did manage to get the 1 run and are able to go into the top of the next, or the bottom of the next inning. This is bottom of the 4th coming up with Artesia coming to the plate, and Hobbs trailing by 1. We'll come back with more Lady Eagles softball in Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Lady Eagles softball from Artesia on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan. Thanks for watching and listening as Hobbs was able to cut that Artesia lead down by 1 with 1 run across in the top of the 4th. Bottom of the 4th, though, the score 3-2. First batter up is Molina, and swings and misses on the first pitch. So 0-1 count. She struck out her last time up. This is her 2nd plate appearance. A swing and a miss on that one as well. So 0-2 the count as Chavarria with 2 strikeouts, 2 walks in the game. And a swing and a miss as 3 straight pitches and strikeout. Number 2 against Molina, and out number 1 in this at-bat. That brings up top of the order, number 17, Katrine Marquez, the pitcher, up to the plate. 1 out, nobody on. Collins on deck, Apodaca in the hole. Hits the first pitch she sees, a high pop fly, and Kaya Boyle goes back for it, calls it, and is able to make the grab and keep that. So a pop out to shortstop for out number 2, and that brings up Cambry Collins, designated player, to the plate. She grounded out to the second baseman her last time up, walked and scored her first time up. So out number 2, first pitch in on her is going to be a ball. Hobbs wanted to get out efficiently here. They got Artesia 3 up, 3 down in their last at bat, and that is going to hit the outside corner. Beautiful call, strike one. He's calling it. He called it the other way when Hobbs was batting, and yes, he calls that strike for Chavaria as well. Collins shows kind of a little. She was going to do a little drag bunt or drag hit from the left side of the box, but the ball misses the zone. Pulls the back, 2-1. I've got it as just 2-1. Nope, 3-1 now. 3-1. Collins trying to get something started for Artesia here. A swing and a high fly ball out to left field. Angel Jimenez under it. Just takes a couple of steps forward and ends the Artesia threat. They go down 1-2-3. Again, 3 up, 3 down. No runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. So score remains 3-2. Hobbs trailing by 1. They're coming up to the plate in the top of the 5th inning. Coming up with more Hobbs Lady softball from Artesia on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagles Softball from Artesia on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan. It's time for the top of the 5th inning with the Hobbs Lady Eagles coming up to the plate. They trail by 1, 3-2. We've got a close game. It's been a good game and pretty well played both offensively and defensively. Just a couple of errors in the game. Just a couple of errors in the game so far. And Chavaria still in the circle for Hobbs. Of course, it's Artesia in the field right now, and Marquez in the circle. Marquez has had 7 strikeouts, 3 walks, and a hit by pitch issued. On the other side, Chavaria has struck out 3 and walked 2. It's the heart of the order for Hobbs as Chavez Garcia Jimenez coming up to the plate. Chavez, the catcher. And Marcus, we have a change. We have a change in pitching. All right, Cambry Collins, number 13, is in the circle for Artesia. So Collins taking over for Chavaria. I think this is a way to. Hobbs had started hitting a little more and was putting runners on base. And now Artesia is going to try to keep them off balance by showing them a new pitcher that they haven't seen. And a good time to do that as far as Artesia goes here in the top of the 5th to try to keep Hobbs from being able to get that run that they need to tie it up and another run to go ahead here in the top of the 5th inning. So we'll see how Hobbs handles this new pitcher, Collins, in the circle. And the first pitch is going to miss outside for ball 1. Number 4, 5, and 6 for Hobbs in the order. 1-0 count. And that misses outside as well. It's interesting because in the warm-up, so and that's going to be a ground ball. Make it right through Whitmire and Rodriguez at short and third. A nice hot grounder, making it through and putting Chavez on base. That's the first hit for Chavez in this game. She is a capable hitter, of course, hitting cleanup for Hobbs, and now laced into that one with a good solid hit to put her on base and give Hobbs a base runner and the potential go-ahead run at the plate right now in the form of Allison Garcia. That misses outside. A throw down to second is not going to be on time. That throw gets by the shortstop, but the second baseman back there was backing up as she's supposed to, and Montoya catches it and saves that from Hobbs going around. So Edith Chavez in scoring position in second there. Allison Garcia fouling off one to even up the count 1-1 now. No outs, a runner on second. Hobbs with a good chance to tie it up or go ahead here. They trail 3-2. There's a little ground ball headed to short. Whitmire picks it up, fires over to third, over to first that is, and gets it. It's a sacrifice for Garcia, who moves Chavez over to third. Hobbs needing to get at least one run in, tie it up, couple if they can. So Garcia with one out, but well played by Whitmire. And now Mariah Jimenez comes up to the plate. She singled her last time up, crossed the plate. She got hit by a pitch and got stranded her first time up. The first pitch is going to be outside for ball number 1. So one out, a runner on third for Hobbs. They're one run behind, and that pitch misses high and outside for ball number 2. So 2-0 the count now. As Angel Jimenez on deck and Valenzuela in the hole. And that ball gets by. It's going to be a wild pitch. So it's going to be Chavez scoring on the wild pitch. I'm going to call that a wild pitch, not a pass ball.
So now we're tied up 3-3.
And Hobbs manages to tie it up. And only one out. And that misses high and outside as well. And Jimenez draws the walk, goes to first base, brings Angel Jimenez up to the plate. So one out, a runner on. Angel Jimenez struck out her last time up, walked, and got stranded her first time up. Valenzuela now on deck and Silva in the hole for Hobbs. They've tied it up. It is 3-all here in the top of the 5th inning. They'd like to go ahead and keep the line moving and move ahead of Artesia if they can while they've got the momentum here. That is going to miss a little outside and low. Hammond throws down to Apodaca, just trying to keep Jimenez honest over there on first. She does. Jimenez gets back to the bag safely. Angel Jimenez at the plate with a 1-0 count on her. She flinches on that. It comes in low and inside. Does not offer, and the count now 2-0. Valenzuela on deck, Silva in the hole for Hobbs. They want to keep it going that far and beyond if they can. And there is a ball, looks like no throw, as Hammond just kind of bobbled that. That came in. It was an off-speed pitch, and I guess it was a ball. He did not indicate that it was a strike. So 3-0 count. And Mariah Jimenez on second in scoring position. That should be a call strike on the inside corner. It was actually a good pitch as Marquez, of course, not in the circle anymore. That is Collins in the circle in relief. And that is going to be a call strike on the outside corner. That brings the count full on Angel Jimenez. Not a lot of speed on it, but placed very well on the outside corner. And now a full count. And Jimenez watches that one just a little bit high for a walk, and that puts Jimenez on first, Jimenez on second, Valenzuela at the plate. Valenzuela reached on a fielder's choice and got stranded her last time up, popped out to the shortstop her first time out. So one out, runners at first and second now. Valenzuela, the designated player, still looking for her first hit in this game. That's going to float over the inside corner for ball 1, or strike 1, that is, call strike 0-1 count. Runners at first and second. Another great opportunity for Hobbs. Oh, and a little bit of a line drive right back to Collins in the circle. She turns around and fires to second, and Jimenez had left the bag, so it's a double play. An unconventional one. You don't see that a lot, but Jimenez had left the bag. It looked like a little line drive shot. It looked like it was going to be a grounder, I thought, or go over her head. So Jimenez coming off the bag. So Valenzuela is out at the plate with the out number 2 with the line drive shot out to the pitcher. So 1 unassisted for the second out, and then she turned around and fired and got Mariah Jimenez out 1 to, I believe it was the either 6 or 4 who was covering the bag back there for that third out. An unconventional double play ends the threat. Hobbs is able to put 1 across, though. So 1 run comes across on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 left on base. But Hobbs has tied it up, and we go to the bottom of the 5th inning with Artesia coming up to the plate. And we'll be back with more Lady Eagle softball from Artesia on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Lady Eagles softball as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. We're all tied up. It's a new ball game, and the first pitch is a call strike on the inside corner. That was a nice pitch by Chavarria, who's still in the circle for Hobbs, your starting pitcher. An 0-1 count. Beautiful pitch, but a little too low. It came across over the center of the plate. Little late breaking action, sliding across the outside, but too low. So a 1-1 count. As it is the heart of the order, Apodaca, Rodriguez, Whitmire, number 3, 4, and 5 up for the Lady Bulldogs. A cut at that. A good pitch, a good swing, a 1-2 count. Apodaca hit a single and got stranded her last time up. She had the 3-run home run her first time up. She's 2 for 2 and hits that one. It's going to be a high fly ball. And I thought it was going to be out of play, but I think it actually hit inside. But no time for Silva. Gave it a shot to Zambrano, came over from second. Garcia over there. Nobody could get to it in time, so just a long strike. 1-2 is the count, and a nice hit right back to the circle. Chavarria knocks it down, picks it up, fires over to Garcia, and a really hard hit ball right back to the pitcher. Yeah, those are the kind that give pitchers' parents heart attacks. And Chavarria is a pitcher who does not wear a face mask. So those hit-backs that are so sharp right back to the circle can be dangerous. She plays that one well, though. 1-3 in the books for 1 out. Rodriguez up to the plate. First pitch is in, and it is going to be a ball. 1-0 the count. That can shake you up a bit as a pitcher for sure. But your instincts take over, and your glove usually just goes up to try to get it and grab it and protect you. And she was able to get that. 2-0 the count now on Rodriguez, even though it was an out, I'm sure Chavarria's heart is beating fast. She needs to just take a deep breath, calm down, and bear back down. Doing a nice job in the circle for Hobbs. She's got 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. There's a line drive shot out to left field. It will be a hit, and that's going to put Rodriguez on first. Nicely played, though. Angel Jimenez knocks it down out in left field and makes a good throw in to keep Rodriguez on first.
Now batting shortstop, number 14, Jenna Whitmire.
Number 14, Jenna Whitmire, the shortstop up. She's batting 5th in the lineup. She grounded out to shortstop and had a long fly ball out to center field her first time up. So she's 0 for 2, and Artesia fans would say she's due. Hobbs would like to get the second out here and keep Artesia from breaking this tie. Swing and a miss. A pretty good pitch by Chavarria, and Whitmire just a little too anxious on that as Chavarria took a little speed off of that. So 2 strikes on Whitmire now with 1 out, a runner on first. And, whoa, she laid off of that and was was happy that she did. She didn't chase, and therefore a ball one. So she had a little sigh of relief there. 1-2 the count on her, though. She's got to be protected. But, oh, no, and the ball, it hits the ground and gets away from Chavez, as that was a wild pitch. And Chavez trying to do a good job of knocking it down, but it will allow Rodriguez to get to second base on that wild pitch. So not a stolen base. Whitmire with a 2-2 count on her. 1 out, and a swing and a foul over to the Hobbs dugout. Count remains 2-2. Yates is on deck. Fuentes in the hole for the Lady Bulldogs. So 1-2 count now, or 2-2 rather. Even count. A runner on second in scoring position for Artesia. Hobbs would like to keep things from getting to that point, though, of bringing her across. A little bit low to bring the count full on Whitmire. Chavarria getting set. An important pitch here. A swing and a high fly ball. It could be out of the park. I believe it is. It is, as Whitmire parks one and breaks the tie. And a 2-run home run for Jenna Whitmire. And that is going to break the tie and put Artesia back on top, 5-3, with 1 out and bases cleaned off now. Hobbs has got to bear down and try to get those next 2 outs without giving up any more runs. It was hard for Hobbs to finally get caught back up to Artesia, and they did that. Made it 3-3, but now with the 1 swing of the bat, Whitmire changes that and puts Artesia up by 2. So Hobbs needing to seal things off right here. And a beautiful pitch, as boy it is. It makes you so mad as a pitcher. When somebody parks one on you, you usually come back mad and throw a hard strike, and she did another one there. Yates picks it up and sends it foul down the third base line. So 2 strikes on Yates now. So 1 out, 2 strikes on her, as she definitely golfed that one. And Yates, with the excitement of that 2-run homer, wants a piece of some of that excitement, that action herself. Hobbs needs to shut her down. There's right up the middle, coming across as Boyle. She picks it up and gets it over to Garcia. It hits the ground, but Garcia is able to pick it up, dig it out, and hang on to it. So 6-3 in the books for the second out. And that brings up number 5, Brooklyn Fuentes, to the plate. Now 2 outs. Hobbs needs to get that 3rd out and then get to the dugout and get their bats swinging and try to get those runs back if they can, but they got to get this 3rd out first. Oh, there's a line drive shot out to center field. Mariah Jimenez fields that and throws it in. A solid hit for Fuentes, but well played by Maria Jimenez out in center to keep it to a single. So a single, and Artesia is still in business, trying to keep the line moving for themselves here. Number 4, Jade Hammond, the catcher, to the plate. So 2 outs, a runner on first. 2 have crossed for Artesia so far. And Hobbs would like to seal things off and shut it down. That pitch is going to be inside and low for ball number 1. 1-0 the count. 2 outs, a runner on first. Hammond at the plate, Molina on deck, and then top of the order, Marquez in the hole if they get that far. And that's going to miss high for ball number 2. Chavez comes out of the crouch to grab that, keep that from getting by her, as Fuentes is over there on first, wanting to take second if she can. That is a swing and a miss. Beautiful pitch over the inside. I think had she not swung at it, it probably would have been a call strike. So 2-1 count. Hammond waited very late to decide to swing on that and had to pull her elbows in because it was inside. Swing and a miss, as I guess Chavarria thought, well, you swung at that one, I'm going to give you one pretty much just like it. And Hammond swung at that one as well. 2-2 the count. 2 outs, a runner on first. Hobbs needing to shut things down right now. And a swing and a grounder headed to Fuentes. She picks it up, fires over to Garcia in time. 5-3 in the books for the third out. And Artesia puts 2 runs across on 3 hits. There were no errors, 1 left on base. And we are going to the top of the 6th inning with Artesia leading 5-3. We'll be back with more Lady Eagles softball from Artesia on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Lady Eagles softball from Artesia on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. So Artesia put 2 runs across on 3 hits. There were no errors, 1 left on base. And we go to the top of the 6th inning. Artesia leading now 5-3. Hobbs with some work to do as they scored 1 run in the first inning. They scored 1 run in the 4th inning. They scored 1 run in the 5th inning. And now they've got to try to come up with at least a couple of runs to tie it and some runs to go ahead, but they've got 2 at-bats left to do it, and they've got to get to work right away. Artesia was able to turn a double play to end the Hobbs threat and their at-bat in the top of the 5th. We come to the top of the 6th with the bottom of the order, 9, then 1 and 2 due up. It is Silva up to the plate for Hobbs. She doubled and got stranded her last time up, struck out her first time. She's 1 for 2, left-handed batter, and she hits the first ball she sees, a grounder to Whitmire at shortstop, who picks it up and fires to first for out number 1. So 6-3 in the books for out number 1, brings up top of the order. Zambrano coming up. Zambrano has struck out twice and grounded out to the second baseman. She's the leadoff batter for Hobbs, and she's due. 0 for 3 and due here, wanting to get something started for Hobbs, who trails by 2 here in the top of the 6th. That is going to just miss high. I think it was over the outside corner, but Zambrano takes a look at that, leaves it alone, and with 1 out now, 1 out, nobody on, Zambrano, the pressure on each batter now to really deliver and try to get something started for Hobbs here. As Hammond has to go chase, get some balls back, I think. 1-0 count on Zambrano. Fuentes on deck, Boyle in the hole for Hobbs. And that's a beautiful pitch right down the pike. And a call, strike 1. Zambrano may not see a better pitch to hit than that. And I know she looks down the line at Coach Boyle and nodded. I think she knew that. Now hopefully she'll get another one that she can lace into. She does. A grounder, a hot one to Montoya, who knocks it down and throws over to Apodaca. So 4-3 in the books for out number 2. And number 5, Jackie Fuentes, third baseman for Hobbs, up to the plate. She walked and got stranded her last time up, grounded out, and hit a single and scored. So she's 1 for 3, well, 1 for 2 technically, since her last one was a walk at the plate. And that was a beautiful pitch right down the pike again, as Hobbs has got to really start lacing into some of these very hittable balls. They're running out of time as they trail by 2 here. That misses outside and will get away from Hammond. Nobody on base, so no damage there. But a 1-1 count now on Fuentes. Fuentes worked the walk her last time up. Collins in the circle in relief of Marquez. And that one was a kind of a drop ball. It was a curve that dropped a little bit, but a little too inside, out of the zone. 2-1 is the count. 2 outs. Nobody on. Oh, and that misses it. It hit her? Yeah, it did. It came inside enough. So a hit by pitch now is going to put Fuentes on first. Boyle up to the plate. Chavez on deck. And they're just going to make sure that Fuentes is fine. She says she's okay to run, so no substitute runner out there. No pinch runner. Kaya Boyle, shortstop, up to the plate. She's due, as she's a pretty capable and reliable hitter for Hobbs. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. 2 outs, a runner on first. Boyle with a 1-0 count. A hit high into center field. Coming in on it is Molina to make the grab. Credit where credit's due. That was a good catch by Molina because that had hit written all over it. Boyle with solid contact and a line drive out to shallow center, but Molina robs her of a hit. A fly out to center field for the third out. No runs on no hits, no errors, and one left on base. The hit by pitch, Fuentes left on base, and that one 4 up, 3 down. Hobbs trailing by 2. It'll be Artesia coming up to the plate in the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll be back with more Lady Eagles softball coming up. Heart of the order coming up for the Lady Bulldogs here. Number 3, 4, and 5 in the order in the bottom of the 6th inning. It is going, actually the bottom of the order. It's going to be Molina and then Marquez Collins. And Molina with 2 strikeouts at the plate. And it will be Molina. There will not be I think, wait a minute. It is number 10. So bottom of the 6th. Leadoff batter is Molina, center fielder. First pitch is in. It's going to be a call, strike. So 0-1 count to start things off. Hobbs really would like to get out sufficiently and get back in the dugout and try to win this game. But they're going to have to deal with Artesia first, try to get 3 outs before they can get that opportunity, that final at-bat to try to tie things up. A swing and a miss. So 0-2 the count. After Molina, top of the order, Marquez Collins Apodaca. She gets back into the box. And that is going to be a call strike as well. Nice pitch. Took a little, Chavarria took a little speed off of that, but floated it out there over the outside corner. And Molina goes down looking. So strikeout number 4. Strikeout number 4 for Chavarria. First out, and top of the order, Marquez, the catcher, or the former pitcher. Oh, and a long fly ball. Oh, and just beyond the glove of Angel Jimenez out in left field. I thought she was going to be able to look back and catch that, but it hit the bottom of the fence, and Marquez with a long fly ball puts her on second base, a stand-up double. So a stand-up double has Marquez on first, 1 out, a runner on second, and Cambric Collins, designated player, and the relief pitcher to the plate. An 0-1 count on her. That's going to even things up at 1-1. As the shadows start to lengthen across the ball field here in Artesia, it is, of course, it's a nice facility, artificial surface, but the setting sun creating long shadows across the field. And that's going to get past a Chavarria. Chavarria's outside pitch is a wild pitch, and it allows Marquez to get to third. So now a runner at third base on the wild pitch. 2-1 count, 3-1. Yep, 3-1 count. And that's going to be a walk. That is the third walk issued by Chavarria in the game, and puts runners at the corners for the Lady Bulldogs. So runners at first and third now, and Caden Apodaca, who grounded out to the pitcher her last time up. She had a single and a 3-run home run as well in this game. So she's 2 for 3, her 4th plate appearance here. Coming up to the plate, runners at first and third for Apodaca, and Artesia leading by 2, 5-3 your score here in the bottom of the 6th. A swing and a high fly ball. Is that one out of the park as well? And it looks like it is. Second home run for Caden Apodaca. And that's going to be another 3-run home run, like her first home run and her first plate appearance was. A 3-run home run brings in Marquez, brings in Collins, and of course Apodaca touching the home plate makes the game 8-3. Artesia leading here in the bottom of the 6th rather, and that brings up Kinsley Rodriguez, the third baseman, to the plate.
Number 7, Kinsley Rodriguez.
Rodriguez singled and scored her last time up. She singled and singled. She's got 3 singles in the game and crossed the plate once for Artesia. 1 out. First pitch she sees, she fouls that one out of play for strike 1. 0-1 count. 1 out. Nobody on. So 1 out. The bases cleaned off after that 3-run homer. And there's a high fly ball. Is that one going to be out of the park as well? It is. Back-to-back home runs. A solo dinger for Rodriguez puts Artesia up 9-3. As, oh boy, the wheels kind of have come off for Hobbs in this. It was such a close game all the way through 6 innings, really. And now Artesia has just starting to hit the lights out. So a solo home run is going to be bringing up Jenna Whitmire, the shortstop.
Jenna Whitmire coming up. Tessie Yates on deck, working with Fuentes in the hole. Jenna has flew out to center field. Grounded out to short. And then hit a home run her last time up.
So Whitmire will come back to the plate. She is 1 for 3. She had a 2-run home run her last time up. She grounded out, flew out her other plate appearances. So again, bases cleaned off. Hobbs looking, all you can do at this point is just concentrate on what your job is to try to just get the out. Get your next 2 outs and just get in the dugout and see what you can do. But you can't let down too much here. You just got to stay strong. High fly ball popped up, and going back is Zambrano out into shallow right field, makes the grab over her shoulder, and may have actually been having to kind of look at the sun as well. A nicely played ball as Zambrano with out number 2, a pop out to position 4. That brings number 12, Tessa Yates, to the plate. She grounded out to the shortstop her last time up, had a fly out and a walk and got stranded as well. So 2 outs, nobody on. Artesia now leading 9-3 after back-to-back home runs, putting 4 across the plate so far in this at-bat. Hobbs would like to seal things off and shut things down right here. I think that's going to be a call. Is it? Nope, it is not going to be a call strike. A little too high and inside. So ball number 2, 2-0 the count. As Chavez wants to go have a talk with Chavarria, it may just be a pep talk saying, hey, don't worry about the runs. Just do your job, put strikes across, and make sure and just try to get this 3rd out. And that's what Hobbs has got to do. And brings it back a nice one, a strike. Yes, a call strike. A nice fastball right over the center of the plate. So a nice, sometimes you just need that as a pitcher. You just need to know somebody believes in you. And that's going to be a little shoestring catch by Fuentes at 3rd. So, and she fires over to Garcia. So it was kind of just hit right at her shoelaces. And a nice job by Fuentes to pick that up and fire it over for the 3rd out. 5-3 in the books for out number 3. 4 runs across for Artesia on 3 hits, a double, a 3-run home run, and a solo. So 4 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Hobbs has some work to do. They trail by 6, 9-3. We'll be back with more Lady Eagle softball from Artesia on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Lady Eagles softball on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. It is top of the 7th inning, heart of the order. Chavez, Garcia, Jimenez up for Hobbs, 4, 5, and 6. And the first pitch comes in. It's going to be low and inside for ball number 1. Hobbs with some work to do. They've got to put 6 runs across to tie it and 7 to move ahead. That's a tall order. But they've got to try to do that, get something ignited right here, and that's going to miss outside for ball number 2. So 2-0 the count by Collins in the circle in relief of Marquez. He's pitched the last couple of innings. She went in at the in the top of the 5th inning in relief of Marquez, and there's a little shot that's going to go foul, about a foot closer, a foot to the right, and would have been a fair ball, but maybe catchable and playable. Oh, okay. Uh-oh.
2-1 count.
2-1. And a little nice grounder, a hot grounder, a shot between shortstop and third base. Oh, and just barely managed to scramble back to first as Chavez thought she might be able to make it to second, rounded, tried to go, and then had to scramble back, makes it safely. So she's on base with a nice solid single and give Hobbs some hope here. As top of the 7th inning, no outs, a runner on first. And 9-3 is your score here. 9-3 your score. Artesia leading. Hobbs has got to make it happen right here. And Hammond throwing over to first to keep Chavez honest. Garcia is at the plate. Jimenez on deck. Jimenez in the hole. That's going to miss outside. So 2-0 the count. Garcia grounded out to shortstop her last time up. 2 strikeouts. She's 0 for 3 and due. She fouled that one back to the screen for strike number 1. So 2-1 the count now. Mariah Jimenez on deck. Angel Jimenez in the hole for Hobbs. They've got to get 6 runs across to tie it and stay alive in this game. Oh, and that's, I believe, going to miss a little high. It gets away from Hammond, and she throws down to second, but not in time to get Chavez, who misses on the pass ball. She gets to second on the pass ball. And, of course, that was a ball too high. 3-1 the count. That misses outside, and that puts Garcia on first with a walk. So now runners on first and second, no outs. This is exactly the kind of start to their at-bat that Hobbs needs, but they're going to need to do a lot of work to bring those runners around and in. They need 6 runs to tie it. That's going to hit the outside corner and be a call. Strike 1 on Jimenez. Jimenez walked and got stranded her last time up. Actually walked and got put out in a very unconventional double play, but well turned by Artesia in that last at bat. Jimenez also had a single and got on a hit by pitch as well. That is going to miss outside. Collins with a lot of heat on that, though. A slider that just missed outside. A 1-1 count. Jimenez with runners at first and second. A swing and, just kind of hit that off the end of her bat and fouled it off out of play. A 1-2 count. A 1-2 count now. Runners at first and second for Hobbs. And that's going to miss low for ball 2. 2-2 the count. Jimenez, of course, with 2 strikes on her, protecting the plate. Did not offer on that one, though. I think it looked low all the way, and that misses inside and low as well. So that runs the count full with runners at first and second. Hobbs has got to come up with 6 runs to stay alive in this game. 7 to go ahead, but Artesia will have an at-bat in the bottom of the 7th. And that misses outside, and that's going to put Jimenez on. Oh, a call, strike 3. Wow, strike on the outside corner as Jimenez goes down looking. And that is the first out. And that is going to That's going to be, let's see, actually just the first strikeout. First strikeout for Collins in relief. So 1 out, runners at first and second for Hobbs. Angel Jimenez at the plate. And that's going to miss inside as well. So 2 balls and no strikes on Angel Jimenez, left fielder. Walked and got stranded her last time up. Struck out, walked and got stranded her first time up. So a strikeout, 2 walks, and a swing and a foul back to the screen off to the right. So that's strike number 1. 2-1 the count. Runners at first and second for Hobbs. They've got 1 out. They've got 2 outs left to try to get 6 runs across the plate to keep alive in this game. Second to be a call on the outside corner. It is call strike as Collins hit the outside corner on that. Now Jimenez has definitely got to be taking a look. Oh, she pulled that all the way around down the third base line, a long line drive, but it stays foul. So count remains 2-2 as Jimenez snapped that bat around very quickly and hit it. It was an inside pitch, and she hit it just above her hands. Snapped a lot of it. She's got power, and Hobbs needs for her to straighten that out and bring those runs around and in. Okay, and that is just now 3 balls, 3-2 as the count runs full. She thought that she already had 3 balls on her and was ready to take her base, but a little premature. So full count. And that misses low. So now she does get the walk, and that loads the bases for Hobbs. 1 out, bases loaded. Valenzuela, the designated player, to the plate. She popped out to the pitcher her last time up, reached on a fielder's choice and got stranded, and popped out to the shortstop. So she is over. Bases are loaded for Hobbs, and a swing and a miss as Valenzuela's really got to just watch that ball all the way. I think she's a little feeling the pressure and anxious to go ahead and bring those runs in, but just got to watch that ball and meet it. Try to get some runs across. A swing and a chopper to third base, and the throw home does get the force out at home. The throw back to third too late, so they cut off the lead runner, and now 2 outs as it was 2-5, or rather 5-2 in the book, 5-2 for that second out. As they get Chavez out at the plate, Garcia goes to third, Jimenez to second. Valenzuela reaches on the fielder's choice, and that brings up number 10, Natalie Silva, the bottom of the order, to the plate, a left-handed batter. She hit a double and got stranded, and grounded out and struck out. Bases still loaded, cuts at that one, fouls it off to the screen. So 0-2 count now with 2 outs. Bases are loaded. Hobbs is down to their last out. In fact, 2 strikes on her. Trying to come up with 6 runs to stay alive in this, and a swing. That was an off-speed pitch, and Valenzuela, or Silva rather, got just enough of that to stay alive at the plate. So 0-2 count remains. Tipped it just enough. Collins throwing an off-speed pitch, and Silva getting just enough to stay alive. Now goes outside with it, and 1-2. As, of course, Collins has a couple of pitches to give here, and looking to see if Silva would chase on that one with 2 strikes. Got to protect the plate. Brings it. Oh, and a line drive shot right to Rodriguez ends the game. A line drive shot caught by Rodriguez. So right to her. Didn't even have to move. That's the 3rd out. And that ends the game. 9-3 is your final score. It was much closer than that the whole game, really, until that last inning when that last at-bat when Artesia really put it away. But that does it. 9-3, your final score. We'll be back to wrap this one up in just a couple of minutes right here. Hobbs losing this one. It was a close game until the end of the game, near the end of the game. 9-3, your final score. Back with more Hobbs Lady Eagles softball on Hobbs Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to the wrap-up for your Hobbs Lady Eagles softball game from Artesia. It was a 9-3 loss for the ladies. The Artesia Lady Bulldogs score 9 runs on 12 hits, 4 of them home runs. They commit 1 error. They leave 6 on base. Hobbs scores 3 runs on 6 hits, 1 error. They leave 12 on base. That is the ouch moment of the game, as they were able to get runners on, could not move them around and in, and end up losing this one. 9-3, your final score. Your winning pitcher is Marcus, who started the game, and Collins came in relief, and your losing pitcher in this one is Chavarria, but in that loss, Chavarria did strike out 4 and walked 3, and Marcus struck out 7, Collins struck out 1, and there were 2 hit by pitches for the Artesia pitching, but Artesia prevailing 9-3 in this one, and with that, Artesia goes up. Their win-loss record is now 9-6. And they are going to be at Roswell tomorrow. There will be a doubleheader. Again, I don't know if it's a doubleheader or if it's just the one game, but Artesia will host Roswell High tomorrow. First game, I believe it is a doubleheader. First game is at 10 a.m. And for your Lady Eagles, they go to 7-6 on the season with the loss, and they will start district on Tuesday night on the road at Roswell, or at Roswell High. That's right. So we will have that game for you, the games for you on Tuesday. So just be watching for the post and the links on our Facebook pages, on our New Allmark family of stations, and it also will be listed for you there on the front page at HobbsAmerica.com. So Hobbs fought but fell. It was a very close game until the Artesia Lady Bulldogs put a couple of runs across in the bottom of the 5th and then broke it wide open, put 4 runs across in the bottom of the 6th to come up with this 9-3 final over Hobbs. So we will have more Hobbs Lady Eagles softball coming up with the start of district, and we'll be right back. I believe if the Hobbs boys are playing on Tuesday, we'll be on Lee County News and Sports YouTube. We'll have to check that for you, either Hobbs Sports YouTube or Lee County News and Sports YouTube. But tonight, you've been watching and listening to Hobbs Lady Eagles softball, thanks to our sponsors, who you can see their names, their banners, and see those on your screen. We thank them for their sponsorship and for their support of Hobbs softball and Hobbs athletics. I'm Dawn Morgan. Thanks to Evie Stuber for monitoring and communicating about the game. Your final score again 9-3 in this one from Artesia. And safe travels to our Hobbs fans going home and to the team. And we'll be presenting more Lady Eagles softball coming up. Good night.